I should check this out later.
Yeah, I love construction stuffs.
His is really cool because he's a YouTuber / construction kind of thing, and so he like built this huge warehouse.
All right,
or bought this abandoned building.
We're live on the Twitches. Just
You have
need
a
to
Twitch.
update our extension.
Hello, Twitch. How do you do?
Hello, everyone. Really first now. Oh, Mimi's sliding in. Casting that shade.
Did you twit the twatters?
Not yet.
Be first on the twatter. I'll give you that.
Be first there. I'll give you that. Just negotiating. I love it. We're just going to negotiate. All right.
So, has anybody watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet?
Not yet.
I think I'm gonna binge that.
I started watching
soon.
Invincible today.
Is that cartoon superhero thing?
On Prime.
Like the brothers or whatever?
No, not brothers.
Not brothers.
Father side.
What's that one? Bros. The other superhero one on Amazon that everybody likes. I hate.
You think Venture Brothers?
Nope. It's a live action. The
Boys.
Boys. That's what it is.
The Boys. The Boys.
I can't. I have to say, like, in media, I think there's a level of shock value that just, for me, seems over the top. Like, the reason I never ended up watching
Game of Thrones
is because, like, seeing some scenes, like, that's just, like, too gratuitous. Like, I'm just like, is that really, really necessary? Not even the sexual stuff, but, like, rape and all that stuff. I'm like, do you really got to show that much of it? And so after the scene in The Boys, like one of the first, I think the first episode, I was like, you know what? Not for me. I just, I don't need the shock value of it. Like, you can explain it happened without showing me. So, not my kind of thing. I've heard the one he was just talking about, what what is it called again?
Invincible, I think.
Invincible, yeah. I've heard that's kind of on the same level. I just don't know how much. I don't know if it's on the same level of gratuitous, but I heard that the Invincibles is like The Boys.
So far, episode 1's fairly benign, but I know I've heard it picks up.
You have to let me know. The one I actually really want to watch is an Apple show. And I'm kind of sad because I don't know that I would ever subscribe to Apple TV. But it's apparently like a group of gamers or something. My coworker was talking about it. I don't recall the name, but that one sounds interesting.
Joe and I have been watching The Man in the High Castle.
Ooh, what's that?
It's on Amazon, and it's like what would have happened if we didn't win World War II.
Ooh, this looks cool.
I think I have heard of that one.
I might have to.
It's really good.
Might have to watch that one. Looks like the final season comes out in November, so I will wait till that happens. Oh wait, or did it just come out? Is it finished?
No, I think there's only 4 seasons right now.
Okay.
And then the 5th one is, and then we were watching Carnival as well, which is on Amazon.
Ooh, how is that? I've been meaning to check that one out.
Loved it.
Really?
Loved
Okay.
it. And they're starting the 2nd season.
Okay, I might watch that one because I was gonna watch it and then I saw a lot of people had just like consistent criticism for it. I'm like, oh, do I really want to be disappointed?
I really liked it.
Okay, cool. Hey, Hal Talk. Hi, Hal Talk with Duck.
And Orlando Bloom.
Ah, that's the other thing. Orlando Bloom is in it. I'm like, okay.
What are we? Wait, what? Sorry, what were we talking about? You're talking about Carnival Row?
Yeah, Carnival Row. Excuse me.
Carnival Row is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really good. I mean,
two
really
pluses
good.
for it. All right, I'm adding that one to my actual watch list. I have like a watch list of things that eventually in my life I may watch. And then I have things that I like actually want to like sit down and the
I
next
may
time I feel
watch
like
this.
watching something, watch.
No, like legit. I've watched most of the first season of Carnival Row. I actually need to go back and watch more. But yeah, it's really good. I think I was just in a time where like wife and I were watching way too many different things.
I don't remember what that Apple series is that I really want to watch.
Tweets up.
Apple TV video game.
What's going on, Haltok? Vetter?
I better.
Hey, better. Oh, Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest.
Yeah. So let's see. Mythic Quest is kind of what it sounds like.
It's a quest of the mythics. It's D&D
with
time.
the quarantine finally over. Oh wait, no. What is? Oh yeah, the new season of Mythic Quest finds everyone back in the office, attempting to build upon the success of their game expansion. I don't know. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything about the game and what it is.
Ma'am.
Hello? What is it about?
Hello?
The team behind the biggest multiplayer video game of all time is tasked with building worlds, molding heroes, and creating legends. But the most hard-fought battles don't occur in the game; they occur in the office. So it kind of sounds like a fun, like.
Gaggin.
What is Gagan doing?
I see now. I just imagine the.
Oh my
was it
God.
The 2.5 Men, and like whenever we get like the faded, it just says women. Like. Oh, so good. Oh, welcome to Dungeon Nytes, everyone. What's up, Scorp? How are you doing? Oh boy.
Oh, Scorp. Hello, Vera.
Wait, is Tika British now? Hello.
Hello. Yes, I'm British now. I don't know if you knew this, but yeah.
Pip pip cheerio and all that. Tea, crumpets, the queen, all that. Yeah. You're alive? I live.
Oh my gosh.
That is a good start. This is a good one.
I feel like that's what people are saying after vaccine number 2. So I have a feeling Scorp just got vaccine number 2.
It's true. That is a good thing. I certainly felt like I had come back from death after that. That was.
I'd do it again for freedom, but man, was it rough.
Yeah, it was not fun. That was not. It was not fun. Yeah. No, thank you.
I try not to talk too much about it because I know a lot of people are like skipping out of the second one because they're afraid, and so I'm like, no,
Really?
do it. Like it's worth.
I mean, if you've already commit, you might as well do it.
Right.
Work's trying to kill you. Oh.
Oh, okay. That's not good.
You tell them to stop. You're not. They are not afraid to infringe on your right to live.
And you got people like me that can't get the shots possibly. So go me.
Yeah, ditto.
Mm.
Can't be as bad as getting the virus. I don't know. So that's the thing, Haltalk. That's the gamble, right? So like a lot of people will get the virus and actually not have a terrible reaction. That's the vast majority of people. But you could be one of those people that draws the short straw and ends up in the hospital. So you want to try and play chicken with that train? You want to play chicken with that train?
Can't be.
Door number 1.
It's like
Door number 2.
Yeah, no, it would definitely. I mean, it was not a fun day, but I would definitely.
You did get the vaccine? Good. Yeah,
Sorry, you guys can't get it. Hopefully, herd immunity helps a little bit, but not going well in the United States. Okay. I'm gonna cry.
See,
now.
before I had the opportunity for a vaccine, I pretty much was resigned to the fact that I was going to get it at some point. I was like, well, I don't know when I'm going to be able to get the vaccine because I'm a able-bodied human being. So at this point, my chances I feel like are going up. I'm just going to get it. Luckily, wifey came through. Wifey and them school jobs. You got the Pfizer one, didn't bother me. See, I got the Pfizer and it knocked me on my ass for the second one. First one just punched me in the face. I dealt with it. It was okay. Second one, Oh boy. So if you got off easy on that, well then GG's. GG's. All right, I'm going to go ahead and discuss some real quick housekeeping items. Right quick. So this month, and Magic, you and I got to actually talk about something. So later.
Oh
Later.
my.
No, so this month, we are going to be having a different type of partnership. This month, we are actually going to be raising money for charity all month long in an effort to raise $1,000 for StackUp.org. Because this month is Mental Health Awareness and Military Appreciation Month. So our goal is to be partnering with StackUp, who we're going to be working with frequently or consistently throughout the year and hopefully moving forward. But anyway, the goal is to raise $1,000 so that we can send, or more, obviously, but every $1,000 we raise, they actually will send a crate to active duty deployed military on behalf of our community. And then we should get back things like an image with them with the crate, so you can actually, like, there's actually a connection that we can make there with people that are overseas active duty. And I just think that that's really cool. I think, especially now in the climate where things are kind of heating up in certain places overseas, you know, I've always been somewhat supports military, but I think that definitely we need to be sending them love and support. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm excited. So, and that's one of the things that they do, but there's a lot of other stuff that StackUp does that I'll be talking about as we get stuff going. I do have a link, but we'll be starting all of that stuff officially next weekend and next week. So next week, starting on Saturday with our Fist of Phandalin campaign, which officially ended its second season this past Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So it says season 2 is done. They have slayed the beast. The day is won, and they get a little bit of a respite before they start on their next adventure. So season 2 is done. Season 3 is going to start. And what else? But yeah, so keep an eye out for communication on official Twitter channels and all of those fun stuffs and things for that. Yeah, what's up, Breck? And yeah. Breck, are we allowed to talk about things? Or not? Do it. Yes. So, I also have a fun little announcement since Breck's here. Breck invited me to be in a one-shot in a couple weeks here on a Friday evening. So a night you normally don't get to see me. So I'll get to play in a fun campaign set in a very fun setting, which I'm just going to tease you with that. Look, it's fun, and you should totally be there, and I'll give you more information on that, too. That said, it is about time that we did this thing, so let us get going. I'm going to go ahead and hit the start recording button. But yeah, I'm excited for this month. I'm excited for all of what we've got going on. Hopefully we are through the worst of a lot of vaccines and sicknesses, and everybody's back healthy, and I'm just excited that we actually have a Saturday followed by a Monday of the D&Ds. And, it'd be nice if we could have the Tuesday, too, with Pathfinders. I'm just saying. Also, in about an hour, it's about to be Rit's birthday. So we should all preemptively and postemptively wish Rit a happy birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I'm turning 28. I think.
Oh, wow.
To do the math. I'm
Turning old enough to have to think about how old you're turning.
Yeah, 93, 27, 28.
Come for mayhem and shenanigans.
Whoop, whoop.
All will be
Thanks,
had and
Parker.
more.
You're in the right place.
That's right.
May the 14th be with you. Oh,
May
wait.
the 14th
What?
be with you. That's a great
9 p.m.
one.
Eastern on Friday, May 14th. Oh, that's my son's birthday.
Oh, well, happy son birthday. How old's the sonny going to be?
He'll be 4.
Oh, my goodness. Oh. Mine will be 4 a little bit after that.
They grow
A
up
month
so
or two
fast.
after that. They do grow up so fast. It's not fair. But anyway, it is time for the D&Ds. Also, I kind of want to get into the routine to where if you guys have any special announcements for you, and things that you're creating or things that you're doing that you want to plug when we're just kind of BSing here before stream start. If you want to plug your stuff, feel free. Please do. Like Magic, if you got anything going on, you want to plug. We want to plug Pathfinder, we can plug. If you want to plug your unicorn sweatshirts and other fun things, Rit, feel free to plug.
I'm totally taking a poll on who's interested in the calendar of the Men of Frostmaiden.
Oh my god.
I wish we were kidding about this.
Oh my god.
This is apparently a thing.
Tonight.
The Men of Frost.
Do you want to see this chest hair in HD?
And I'm broken. And
I'll donate to that charity.
I love how well that actually works.
Oh my god.
I can't. Oh. Freethechesthair.org. Oh. I need alcohol in this. I really do.
I totally should redraw that picture with it fully buttoned up, put it on a wallpaper engine, and just make it so it's one of those see-through ones where you can actually get this image of him.
Oh no. Oh no. The Fine of the Frostmaiden. There you go.
The Fine of the Frostmen.
Oh, the Frostmen. They even have Nerth on there. Apparently he was pretty foxy. Even
I don't think I really. I don't know if I have anything to shout out. I think the only thing I'm really working on for like content is a new like video editor, and I'm trying to practice with it to be able to do 5-minute edits of clips. Like that's my goal, is to do 5-minute clip edits.
Ooh.
And then build a tutorial around it. So
Nice.
What program are you using now?
So it's called WeVideo, actually. It's called WeVideo.
WeVideo?
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
But the nice thing about it is it's cloud-based storage. So like for me, I can use it on my gaming work PC, and I can use it on my Chromebook. And
that's neat.
You know, it's all like saves the same file. So
that's neat.
Pretty handy. It's definitely not as extensive as something like Premiere Pro though. So it's a lot more like bare bones, but I like that about it. So
see, I've been using for years a program called Cyberlink Power Director, and it's like super consumer grade stuff, but it's also super cheap and easy to use. Both things I appreciate.
That's what I like about this. That's why I want to build out a set of tutorials, because I feel like having top of the line editing is good in some scenarios, but maybe not for like the hobby streamer, which is what I am. So finding something that's a little more accessible and is not going to take up 3 hours of your time to get one video out that's 30 seconds long. But that's like 100%. A lesson I'm teaching myself, is like sometimes I just need to post something. It doesn't have to be perfect.
That is extremely hard. Such is the hard life. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Anything you want to share?
Yes, I have. I do another D&D group on Thursday nights starting at 7 Central.
Where are they at,
7 p.m. Central.
Where are they at, Mimi?
Where are we at? I don't know. I've got to pull up my notes. I don't want to get confused with what's going on tonight. It's sorry.
Okay. Rit doesn't know how old she is.
Do you stream it from your channel? Do you stream?
Yes, I stream it from my channel.
Okay, so you guys can follow Mimi if you want some D&D on the Thursdays.
Yes.
You can follow Geigen if you want some Pathfinders on the Tuesdays.
Which will happen this week, just minus Rit.
Oh, it's gonna happen. You're so much more.
She is gonna fall unconscious.
Oh.
Unconscious.
That works, I guess.
Sounds familiar.
Please don't get me killed like while I'm gone, thanks.
You'll be unconscious, it's fine. You'll be surrounded by a bunch of nice
fancy
infantry people.
She wakes up with a Sharpie mustache.
I don't know how he would react. I don't know how he would respond to that.
I'm pretty sure some of us would be drawing other things on the forehead, but that's okay. Anyway, the perfect is the enemy of the good. Very true, Hal Talk. All right, cool. So cool. I like that. I like announcements. Announcements are good. And that being said, that brought us right up to 11. Look at that. All right, I'm going to hit the start recording button.
Nice.
Button. At least I can actually say the word button today. I've been saying budding instead of button lately, and I don't know why.
Because it's spring.
It is spring.
Because it's got the word butt in it.
I planted grass, and it is actually growing. I feel like this is an amazing achievement for me. I know that doesn't seem very impressive, but like...
You green thumb, you.
I made grass grow. It is... No, not that type
Next
of grass.
you can make paint dry. It'll be great.
Look, house stuff is one thing. Making things actually grow that aren't the children... I feel like that happens on its own. They're hungry, they eat, they grow. I have been trying for probably the past 2 or 3 years to like improve my lawn, and I feel like everything I do that's supposed to help makes it worse. So for there to be actual success of like power raking the lawn and then putting grass seed down and actually have it grow, I'm like, I have done it. I'm like literally Tom Hanks, like after he's made fire, like, I have planted grass. I have done this. Yes. No one else cares because it's not a big deal. But like, it's a huge deal to me.
I got to tell you my grass story real quick.
Okay.
We had these weeds. This was when I was married to my ex-husband. We had these weeds, and I took Roundup and sprayed it all over the weeds and destroyed the lawn. So, yeah, we didn't have grass for a whole summer. It was pretty sad.
Yeah, I have done that. In our old house, I did that, and I didn't realize at the time that my whole lawn was weeds, so everything just died. And I was like, well, I guess I didn't have any grass on my lawn. Oh, all right. So we're live streaming. We are now recording. And here we go. That's why you put on a gravel lawn. Done. Can I get turf? What is it? The field turf like they use?
My girlfriend's father did that to her lawn, to his lawn. When he was about 65, he's like, I'm done mowing, and put AstroTurf down.
That's awesome. Stays green all year round. And here we go. 3, 2. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to Dungeon Nytes, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is episode 18. Last session, we had a pretty interesting time. Our party thought that they were home free almost. They had the Cauldron. They had Prudence. On their way to East Haven, justified, feeling good about things, ready and rip-roaring to go. Until they left Prudence alone with Drathar. And something happened. Prudence, after basically being filled with rage and loss, decided to charge through the window of the room and fell 2 stories to her death in an attempt to frame Drathar specifically, but also the party. Thus far, the town speaker and the town sheriff have come to inspect the area and have now launched an investigation which has found our party at the town hall in an interrogation room, awaiting to hear back whether or not scouts that have been sent to East Haven to corroborate their story have returned and what that news is. Last we left them, there was a knock at the door. We've heard back from East Haven.
Well, it's about time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you feel like you had to wait long? Did it?
Oh no, being detained against my will is one of my favorite activities.
Don't mind her. She's a little short on patience.
I'm a little short on everything, Drathar.
That was the joke.
Very funny. You'll just need to wait a moment more for the speaker to return, and then she and I will both return to discuss this matter with you. Don't go anywhere. It was a joke. And shuts the door.
Drathar is actually going to go up to the door and just see if it's locked.
It is.
See, I told you, jail. I'm detained, jail cell, potato. Speaking of potatoes.
A little bit warmer than jail. Been in jail. More ale.
That was just because they wanted to keep you quiet. That's different.
No more ale.
The difference then, Tika, was that we were there to bargain for your release. And now we're in this predicament. All we can hope is that East Haven vouches for us, backs us up, and somehow we get ourselves out of this mess.
I mean, truthfully, if we want out, I can just open the door.
No. We don't know what's on the other side waiting for us if you do.
I'm sure it's Bardaman on the other side. I have a feeling he came all the way here for Estia.
I don't know what you think has transpired between myself and Bardaman. All that happened was that he made some nice scones. Like, honestly.
You should have seen him when you almost died.
Well, I didn't. I was too busy being almost dead.
Not wrong, but I did see him, and he's going to come to our rescue, I'm sure.
Saying that I don't want to see him again. I'm just saying, never mind. But breaking out, I think that would just get us into a whole nother load of trouble.
Yeah. I don't think we need to do that, Drathar.
Yeah.
I was just saying it was an option. I'm perfectly happy sitting here.
Perfectly happy? That's a first for you.
I'm always happy. What are you talking about?
You hear another knock at the door. This time the door opens. Sheriff walks in. Well, hope you all are done having your little fun, and I'm very happy that you didn't try to break out. That would only cast further dispersion on your innocence. Anyway, the speaker is here to see you now. Speaker? And you see Duvessa walk in. Kind of a soft kind of look on her face. Stern, but not overly concerned. Yes, thank you, Sheriff. That is enough. Look, we had no idea what happened here, and we've now heard back from East Haven. They have said that they were awaiting your return, that you robbed them, and essentially if you had not returned their property, that we were to burn you alive at the stake.
Wait, who?
I'm just kidding. They're fine. We heard back, the scouts corroborated your story. The speaker over there sent over a writ with their seal that explains that you were attempting to recover a cauldron that was stolen from them, in addition to recovering any potential witnesses to said crime, and specifically one Prudence, who is now dead in my street. Which is still a problem. So,
I don't know if it's as much of a problem as your joke telling, because that was not funny at all. You scared me that East Haven would lie about us.
Estia. Shh.
Listen, we don't get many new people around here. I apologize. Most people know me to be a very kind and nice person. It's, up to the sheriff here to try and make me a bit more hard around the edges. That said, I would say you're free to go, but I really would like to have a discussion with you before you leave, if that would be amenable to you.
I think we can do that.
Sheriff, would you please go get some refreshments for us? I think we might be here for just a little bit. Yes, ma'am.
Ale is appreciated.
One
Please,
quick
no ale.
question.
No ale, especially for you. Yes.
Did East Haven happen to send anyone with their message?
No, they just sent a message back with our scout. That's typically how these correspondences work.
Okay.
We go straight to their captain or to the speaker themselves, get the word right from them, and have them come straight back. It's down.
SD
doesn't love you.
Knows you're here.
SD, you got to remember, he runs a very successful inn and tavern.
I was not asking about anyone in particular.
You're going to see Duvessa's demeanor change as she's going to lean into the table and kind of put her elbows together and, oh, do tell us there's someone you're looking for from East Haven.
No one in particular.
Have you ever heard of Bardabin?
Poppy's snickering at this point.
Oh, Bardabin.
My short little friend has a little thing for Bardabin.
Oh.
I appreciate his baking abilities.
East Haven. Although Bardabin is rather cold with most women, if he's taken a liking to you, I would jump all over that.
Oh, I'm sure she will.
He's pretty warm to her.
I'm sorry I asked. What were we wanting to discuss? As she is like very flushed at this point and kind of fidgeting in her seat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Again, we don't get many exciting things happening here, and if Bardabin has actually, I don't know, not given someone the cold shoulder, it's pretty big news. There's going to be a lot of ladies that are heartbroken over Bardabin. I mean,
I'll tell you the secret.
His own tavern.
You just pretend to not be interested, and then you get into an argument, and then you apologize, and that's about all that's happened. And then you almost die. It's a long story.
You almost died?
What did you want to talk about with us?
Well, I just wanted to talk about you, who you are, why you're here. We don't get many newcomers, and I do like to know people. If we can be helpful to each other in the future, that's always something that we try to keep our eyes open for in East Haven, or in Bryn Shander. I just was thinking about Bardabin. Anyway, so it's nice to be able to meet people. Unfortunately, we are meeting under such grim circumstances, but some things can't be helped. Now, does someone want to really tell me what happened with Prudence?
She rushed at me and jumped out the window.
And I know, and I came into the room, and Drathar was on the floor. He was bleeding, and I healed him. Scramsax saw me heal him. I was just in shock.
We still have some reports coming in from Targos that there has been some, unfortunate things happening there to the speaker. You all wouldn't have anything to do with that, would you?
I have nothing to do with that. I heard it just like you did.
There.
Well, here's a couple things. And this is where I would appreciate us being honest with each other if we are going to be friends and friendly. The speaker is dead. Nerth was found dead and bloody in his bed. We know that Prudence and he were lovers. And now she's dead. And the only common thread is that you have been to Targos within, the last day or so, and have now retrieved Prudence, and there is some kind of a rumbling of a missing item from one of the tavern kitchens, which now, I'm assuming, given the note that I have from East Haven, is probably also in your possession. So, while we're still being open and honest, is there anything that anyone wants to tell me?
Well, I can tell you about the cauldron.
Oh, okay. Well, we can start there.
I stole it back.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. But I had nothing to do with whatever befell the speaker. We took back the cauldron and we fled out of Targos, straight back here. And then we were making our way to return it and Prudence to East Haven when she jumped out of the window.
But as I understand it, you arrived at different times. You three arrived earlier, and then you arrived later with Prudence. Want to tell me what happened in Targos? Drathar, was it?
I grabbed Prudence and brought her. It's much harder to bring a person that might not want to come than a cauldron that, though very large and hard to miss, doesn't put up a fight. Especially for my strong, small friend here, who's very capable of carrying it.
Oh, thank you, Drathar.
In the process of recovering Prudence, might one assume that there was some resistance, which may have led to the death of the speaker? I have a really hard time finding, logically, that anyone else would be motivated to kill Nerith. He was a very well-liked man in Targos.
I think if you were trying to look for another murderer, it would be unwise because defense of self may have happened.
I'm sorry, does she make sense to people normally?
No.
No.
This is why we don't give her ale often.
It's so much easier with the ale, though.
No, then you start talking crazy and last
sing
time-
with fish on walls.
I'm a bard. That's normal.
Here's what I'm going to tell you what I think happened. I think the three of you did whatever you did to steal back the cauldron. And you stayed behind to try and find Prudence. And when you found Prudence, you were met with some resistance and ended up killing the speaker. That's what I think happened. Because I find it really, really difficult thinking of any other real possibility, like, I don't know, someone else killing the speaker at the same time that you've made off with his love, while someone was stealing a cauldron and there was a bunch of hubbub. Apparently, I don't know, I find it really far-fetched.
I will say there was definitely some resistance when I found Prudence.
Mm-hmm.
And she even put up a fight, and that's why her nose was broken.
Well, that was most likely on our evaluation from the fall, but sure. So you're saying that you were in an altercation after trying to recover a fugitive, and in the process, had a physical altercation with the speaker, which ended in his demise.
That would be correct.
Okay. See, now we have an understanding. The question now is what are we to do with this? As you may have guessed, the 10 towns are forced to work together. And I am the head of the council of speakers. There's going to need to be a new leader appointed to Targos, which they are supposed to be appointing to their own. We might have a little say, but not much. And I don't know how we handle this from here. On one hand, I could give you up to Targos, specifically you, and let them seek out their justice. Or two, I could let you go and, I don't know, potentially have a favor or two with someone of your skills later on. The truth is, I'm trying to weigh these options. Because right now, with what's going on, we need people of strong convictions either way, and people that are willing to go to certain extremes to get things done. While I am not a fan of violence, I understand that it is a necessary tool that has to be used very delicately in some situations. Nerth was a very ambitious man. His ambition was not very well liked by some of the other speakers in the council of the 10 towns. His demise will certainly be a hit for Targos and maybe a couple of other villages that were working on building up a more stable alliance between them, especially when it comes to things like fishing and trade. However, others, who shall remain nameless, are going to be pleasantly surprised and pleased with his passing, as it no longer encroaches on their power. And it certainly makes things a bit easier when forming alliances. What to do with you, what to do with you, what to do with you. You do have a endorsement of East Haven. There is that.
Could I offer a suggestion that might clear up some of this awful misunderstanding?
Sure.
Why don't you put us to work? Give us a job that would prove where our loyalties lie and, benefit both parties. Our skill set, your resources could be a good match.
Poppy, did you hear that? She's actually looking for work.
I know.
Normally she's so against it.
I know. Shh. Maybe that's a way to get out of this.
I'm just saying. I'm surprised. That's all.
I know. I'm a little surprised too, but
I can hear you.
We're a great group of people, and we're willing to do whatever we can to make you happy and end all of this crazy wintry goddess stuff, because it'll end.
Tika,
I remember that from class.
Tika,
you took a class about Icewind Dale?
I mean, bard classes. I don't even try to understand. She also did speak to some spirit or something at the inn at a seance to try to tell us about the future. Maybe that's what she's thinking of. I don't
definitely the spirit, and my persuasion roll was a 3, so
Okay. Well,
whenever she feels like she's locked in, she starts talking crazy. There's one point where she thought she was some girl named Texie. There's another point where she thought she was from the future. It's very confusing.
I know.
She's making progress, though. We have to give her credit for that.
Yes, now she just sings with fish.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is...
back to my proposal.
We would be very helpful for anything you have planned or need help with. That's the helpful part.
We would be helpful. We did make friends with some dwarves from here. We were able to help them with their problem. They would be able to vouch for us as well.
Some dwarves. Okay. Listen, I may have a job for you. That said, it is very important for you and your well-being to finish this current task of you in East Haven. I think it would benefit both of us right now if you were to not be in Bryn Shander. That's for certain.
That can be done.
So I'm going to ask you this. Full well knowing that there is no necessity for you to return here, but I'm going to ask it anyway. I'm going to ask that you make your way to East Haven, you deliver your cauldron or whatever back there, and then return. There are some things that I have that you might be able to help with. If you are as skilled and accomplished adventurers as you are claiming to be, You've at least shown a little promise if you've...
I think of us as resourceful.
Well, that's good, because we're certainly going to need people to be resourceful for this task.
Well, let me ask you this. If we complete this very vague task, would it help with earning perhaps even trust? Or at least as a show of our good intentions?
It would earn you quite a bit more than that. But we will talk about that if/when you return. That being said, has been a mostly pleasure meeting you all. Some of you are a bit stranger than others, but you, Estia, right?
Yes.
Give Bardabin my best when you see him.
And who should I say is sending her best?
The speaker, Duvessa Shane.
I mean, does he know you as the speaker, or is it a first name basis kind of thing, or?
I mean, he knows me as Duvessa, yes. Whenever we travel to East Haven, we always stay there and frequent his tavern. They do have the best food in town, of course. All thanks to Rita, that is. But Bardabin is always a gracious host, so, you know.
I'll be happy to deliver your greeting to him.
Why, thank you. And with that, I will leave you to your own devices. Your axe beaks are outside, and if there's anything else that you would need before you leave, please do let me know. Just, again, exit out the east gate.
Stage left. Got it.
Provisions, like food?
I mean, all of your gear is here. If you need additional food, I can provide you with some.
I do have one question. We technically are on another mission for East Haven. It's not important that we get it finished as soon as possible because we are looking for a group of Duergar. They stole something else from East Haven. And if you have any information when we come back and do this vague thing that you need, if you have any information, if we could get some about them or any possible sightings of a group of Duergar, we would appreciate it.
You have a much better memory than I do.
Well, I can say this. If that is really the mission that you are on, our interests may be aligning in more ways than one. And I would very much be interested in talking when you come back.
Appreciate it then. We will make sure to make our way back. It might take an extra day. I know Estia might need to spend a little time with Bardabin.
All right, really?
I know you probably want to make some food.
I wonder if he lives in the inn. Ooh, I hope it's far away from our room.
All right. And with that, I'm going to leave. But yes, I will have a small pack of provisions for each of you added to your pack so that you have a little something to munch on your way to East Haven. And I'm going to leave you to it again. All the best to you, and I will see you when you return.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you for your kindness in light of a difficult situation.
She's going to stand up and kind of flatten out the front of her dress and kind of give you a slight nod and walk out the room. Sheriff is going to poke his head back in. You are free to leave.
I wonder if the provisions include ale.
I hope not.
Well, whatever it includes, we should.
Back in. You get no ale.
Why is everybody out to? Let's leave. Sanders is probably crying out there waiting for mommy.
Sanders!
Isn't that your least favorite Christmas song, though, Tika? Noel, Noel.
Oh, that's just mean.
Let's hit the road.
That is savage.
About what time is it?
Away.
Oh, it's getting towards the evening time. It's already dark. It's not going to get much darker.
How far are we away from Bridgender?
From East Haven?
East Haven?
Good number of hours on XP.
I don't think it really matters. I think we just need to leave.
Yeah, Tika's not going to care.
Agree.
She's going to stomp down those stairs, head straight out. Forget about the provision since it doesn't include ale, and go straight out to the X Peaks.
As you make your way outside, the kind of winter winds are quite strong, kind of at a headwind, blowing east to west. You mount your axe beaks and make your way to the east gate. Guard there gives you a nod and kind of waves you through as the gate opens enough for you to enter. Or exit.
No time to lose. Let's beeline it back to East Haven.
I think that's a great idea.
On the road again. Gotta make a friend of Bardaman.
Could you all just drop it? It's making me so uncomfortable.
I'm making a friend of him. He's the only person who will give me ale. Forget you. On the road again. Gonna make friends with Bardaman. He'll give me some ale again.
Are we sure she actually graduated Bard's College and just didn't drink herself to sleep?
Performances are quite nice. The one with the fish, I mean, if we can get free meals and free room and stay, I'm all for it.
How much of that was the fish, though?
Hey! That was a good duet.
It was about a 50-50.
It was a 75-25, and I am not the 25. Don't even start. I sing much better on ale, okay? Let's go.
As Estia hops up onto Sanders, she's just gonna stroke his neck. There, Sanders. Let's make some time, shall we?
Sanders!
Puppy's gonna just kind of fluff through Joseph's head.
We spend so much time talking to our axe beaks.
They're good creatures.
Mead can't help Tika today, except to get more mead.
I need you all to give me a survival check as you walk down the frozen east way.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
I'm fine.
Birthday!
I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh,
I warmed up your bags.
Tika.
Can she roll an advantage for her birthday tonight?
Nope.
Nope.
It's not your birthday yet. Tika, as you make your way down the east way, following along, you kind of are staring off into the distance, moping about not having enough ale. And
99 bottles of ale on the wall, none for me today.
Something catches your eye. And you start to kind of stare off into the distance. You see a light kind of meandering in the distance.
Bottles of ale on the wall, that's a shiny light. Wonder where it leads. If it's ale, it's great. I'm gonna follow the light.
And you do. You start to kind of make your way over to the light, not really thinking about the fact that you are the last in the caravan and that you're kind of wandering off into the unknown. I need the.
Can I do a perception check to see if I notice?
Yeah, I need a perception check from the three of you.
Thank goodness. Dang it. Saved by the poppy.
7-7.
The rest of you kind of continue going through, and ST and Drathar, you're just kind of listening to the winds as they rush by, letting the snow kind of hit your face, focused forward, trying to make sure that you're maintaining eye contact with the one in front of you, and or at least on the road in front of you, not really realizing that it's getting quieter. It's almost comforting. Poppy, though, you start to realize that you don't hear singing anymore, and start to look around and notice that Tika is not behind you. Frantically, you look around trying to spot her. And you're going to need to give me another perception check.
Oh.
Poppy, you at least have the presence of mind to look for Tika, and you realize that you cannot see her anymore.
Into the unknown.
You guys, Drathar, Estia, Tika's gone.
What?
No wonder it's so quiet.
We don't have time for this.
Did you see where she went?
No, she just wandered off. I saw her wander off, and I don't know where she went.
Okay, let's not go yelling for her because we might attract other things. Let's see if we can find her tracks at all.
Drathar, give me a survival check.
All of us?
Just Drathar.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yep.
Dang it.
Dang it.
I was going to help look for tracks.
Drathar, you kind of start looking around for evidence of tracks, and you kind of lead everyone back and kind of start looking on the ground. You and Estia, around the same time, are able to kind of pick up on the fact that the tracks start to... You see something start to leave the path, but the winds have picked up and the snow has picked up. It's really hard to see at nighttime. You look out into the distance and you can see a faint light glowing. And
See
just
you,
as
but I won't.
Tika's body passes in front of that light, you see the kind of light disappear and come back. She's probably a good 200 yards away from you by this point.
Drathar is gonna get his axe beak to start running towards her to try to narrow the gap while keeping an eye out for anything that might seem like a threat.
Okay.
I think Estia is going to kind of assess their surroundings and realize that it would be very easy for all of them to get split up. So she's going to look over to Poppy and say, Poppy, let's try to keep up with Drathar, but stick together. She's going to toss a rope over to Poppy so that they can at least hopefully not be lost from each other.
Yeah, I agree. We got to keep up with them. We got to try and stick together as much as possible.
All right, you two are able to kind of keep pace with Drathar, a bit behind as he's going full speed, but at least you can see him. You two are together, and you're not going to be lost anytime soon. Tika, you grow closer to this light. And as you do, you can see that the light is kind of moving, kind of casting its light almost like, a spotlight would in the air, kind of changing direction from time to time.
Some look for trouble while others don't. I'm gonna follow this light today. And she just basically keeps kind of zoning out while she follows it because it is a wisp. And she is entrapped. It's a wisp, right?
You want to do a check or anything?
I mean, isn't the whole point of a wisp that you kind of... Okay, you know what? Fine, I'll do a check.
You
Maybe
I'm
it's...
assuming
It's
It
assuming
could
I
be
am.
some mage casting dancing lights and just playing with you.
What would that be? Maybe survival or
Sight, maybe?
insight? Insight?
Perception.
Perception?
Depends on what you want to do.
I feel like
Perceive what it is. So probably perception.
Okay.
Yeah, she has. Oh. Oh.
perceptious.
She's very.
you get kind of closer, and you're probably a good, I don't know, 100 feet away at this point. And you kind of squint your eyes, and you see that it looks like a person. Kind of just walking out in the terrain with some kind of a lantern.
What do you want? Because you're keeping me awake.
You call out to it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Tika goes, hello? Hello? Excuse me. What are you doing out here?
Jathar, I need you to give me I want you to give me a dexterity roll. Jathar, you are really making good time and have gotten fairly close to Tika. You probably have closed the gap to within 50 feet of Tika. Tika, as you call out to this thing, you see the light shift from moving in one direction and the other to right in your direction. And a beam of light seems to hit you right in the face. And you can almost see more clearly now that whatever this thing is, it looks like a person firing a beam of light out from its face. It begins to run at you.
Oh no. And she casts invisibility on herself and the axe beak and starts to go backwards.
Drathar, you see Tika go invisible right in front of you.
So he doesn't see.
And
Okay,
she disappears.
Do I still see the axe beak though?
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to cast it on your axe beak. It would just be you.
I could cast both of us though.
It's a spell, so it would take 2 spell slots.
Two slots. Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah.
Tika's not that smart.
So yeah. Tika's and her axe beak are just going to fade from your view. And this thing that had begun running at Tika now kind of shifts its light to you, Drathar.
Is it snowing at all?
Oh, yeah.
Drathar is going to jump off his axe beak and hide.
Where?
All I need is it to snow and I can hide.
Okay.
Tika will come bombarding towards him, screaming, "Run! It's a face-eating monster!"
Part of my race, anytime there's rain or anything, I can make them lose sight of me and hide just because of snow. It'll block their view somehow.
Okay. So,
Singular play snowflake.
Poppy and Estia, you both are not too far behind Drathar, and you see Drathar jump off his axe beak and hide, leaving his axe beak just sitting there. You see that you were gaining ground on Tika, who has now disappeared, and you see this light kind of moving in your direction.
Oh, shit.
And you just see,
I don't
like,
know what my axe can do against the light.
footprints pass you by.
Do we notice these footprints?
You may see the snow getting kicked up as Tika brushes her axe beak past you.
Wouldn't we? I thought we established that we would see the axe beak.
No,
she
axe beak
used
is invisible.
2 spells.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you a perception check.
I would assume you would see it because she's yelling "run." So, I mean, if you're looking at her general direction because of the sound, you're probably going to see the feet going.
No, she doesn't. You hear the sound, but she does not see any kind of footsteps or anything. You just see this. As this thing closes on you, you see a white light coming out of a hooded figure. Stands about as tall as a normal man, about 6 feet tall. Its arms
Estia
outstretched towards you.
Estia's gonna hop off her axe beak and grab her axe and just stand her ground and just wait for this whatever to rush.
When it goes by
He's gonna
Drather,
say,
can he?
Poppy, get behind me.
When it goes by Drather, is there any chance he can try to get a good look to see exactly what it is?
We are going to roll for initiative. And then I will answer that question.
Okay. High roll. Nice.
Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, Drathar, we'll start with you.
I want to try to get a good look at whatever it is.
No, I need your initiative roll.
Oh, 19.
Okay, Poppy.
I'm sorry. 9.
Okay, Estia.
14.
Antica.
18.
All right. All right, Drathar. You see this thing as it runs by you. It's, like I said, about 6 feet tall. It looks like a man with icy skin. It's wearing tattered trousers. You can see a kind of tattered shirt with a cloak with a hood. It has no face, just a light beaming about 20 feet in front of it, coming from the hood. As it passes you, you feel colder, which you didn't know was possible.
Drathar, does it look like it's threatening towards Estia and Poppy?
Its hands are outstretched and it's moving quickly towards them.
Drathar is going to hold his action just to see what it does.
Okay. So this thing runs right up to Estia. And this is where we're going to say we're going to start combat. It gets within striking distance of you, Estia, and as you stand there looking at this thing ready with your axe, you see this light shining in your face all of a sudden illuminate to a super bright degree. Almost blinding. And I need you to make a Constitution save. As you become blinded by this light, and you can no longer see.
Yeah.
And the creature is going to attack you. This is not good.
Nope.
It kind of trips with its first kind of attempt to swing at you and misses. And then tries to recover and swings wildly again and misses you with its other hand. You hear no sound, just almost like a buzzing of the light around it. And as it gets in your presence, you feel any additional warmth just kind of sucked out of the air, almost like the air itself is ice. Tika, it's your turn. Since you are running, you are invisible, and you are approximately 50 feet away from this encounter.
And you said this person is humanoid?
That it is.
Yeah, Tika doesn't even notice people are fighting at this point and keeps running.
Okay. Estia.
Yes.
You're blind, and this thing has just taken 2 swipes at you. You felt the kind of air whoosh by you on either side.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
It's your turn.
Okay, I think ST is going to, first of all, fly into a rage.
Okay.
So she's going to clasp the bear claw that's hanging around her neck.
Okay.
She's going to close her eyes, which are pointless at this point anyways, but just she's going to take a deep breath in. And then she's going to exhale and go into a rage. And then as her action, she's going to reach into her pocket and pull out the orc stone.
Okay.
And she's going to whisper to it, I need you to be my eyes and take this fight for me.
Okay. So you're going to use your orc stone ability and summon your spirit guardian?
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I need to pull up that spirit guardian. I did not know you were going to use that. That's awesome.
I mean...
As you summon this spirit, you see this stone. Well, you don't see. Everyone else can see a green light burst from your palm. And out of it pours this ethereal spirit that stands next to you. It materializes as a 7-foot-tall orc war chief, holding a massive great axe in one hand and a spear in the other. And it lets out this massive cry. And Drathar and Estia and Poppy, you all gain advantage on your next attack roll because of it.
Nice.
It then takes its great axe and goes to swing at the creature. Actually, Esty, I'm going to have you roll for it.
Is it the same as my damage?
Mm-hmm. No, it has its own stat block, but I'm going to have you roll for attacks.
Okay. A 14?
Well, it actually has a +6. And that is enough.
This was
so
a 10.
It is going to hit.
Okay. Do I roll for damage?
No. I got the damage for you.
Okay.
So you see him take this axe, or everyone else that's seeing, so Drathar and Poppy can see this ethereal green orc bring down its great axe right on the shoulder of this creature, cutting into it, leaving an eruption of ice and light out of the area that it hit. And it's going to attack again. So please roll again. Now it's going to hit again. And it's going to take its spear and shove it straight through the chest of this thing and pull back, leaving again more light and ice on the blade. Poppy, your turn.
Poppy's like kind of surprised, and she's kind of holding out and her hand, and she does a firebolt. And you said nice. I have advantage?
You do.
How do I do advantage on here again?
You just roll 2d20.
I just rolled twice.
Just roll twice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's one.
Yep. Do one more time.
And there's 2.
Nice. Thank goodness for that advantage.
Yes.
And roll for damage on that firebolt.
There you go.
What is it, 4?
Yes.
Okay. So, Poppy, as you kind of lean over, you see this creature kind of beginning to emit light all over the place. And now this ethereal green orc that is now just axed and speared this thing. And you extend your hand and you explode a firebolt from your palm, hitting this thing square in the chest, lighting its shirt on fire. And as it kind of sizzles and then quickly fizzles out, you just don't hear any audible noise, but you can see the impact it has on this creature. Drathar.
About how far away is it from me?
We'll say that you're within 30 feet.
Then I will run up to it, and I will slide up behind it and swing with both of my weapons.
All right, roll to hit.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
So that's 9 on the scimitar.
Okay.
And that one will miss.
You get like sneak attack damage for being close?
He added that into the scimitar damage already.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This creature is then going to kind of look behind itself after being attacked and see you, Drathar, and go to attack you. Does a 22 hit?
A 22 does hit.
All right. This thing is going to kind of reach around with its icy hand and backhand you across the chest. It's going to hit you for 11 bludgeoning damage and 14 cold damage.
Wait, 11 and 14? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Holy.
Draythar's unconscious.
Yeah.
You see Draythar fly backwards, almost frozen in place as he hits the ground. And then this thing is going to attempt to turn and hit the Great Orc Fiend.
No.
And it's going to hit for another total of 24 damage. Your ethereal friend seems unaffected. Tika, it's your turn. You're now 80 feet away because you kept running.
At this point, I think she would have heard Draythar go flying and the roar of the orc. So she's stopped and she's turned around. And as with most fights, she is relatively useless. It is not an animal, so she cannot cast animal friendship. But what she can do is use a healing word, which should not require touch. 60 feet? How far did you say I was?
You're 80 feet away from the encounter. And Draythar is another probably 5 to 10 feet from that.
From me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you'd probably have to move your full movement to get close
I would
enough.
move. She would turn around and move her full movement. And then I'm going to have to cast a first level healing word, since we had 2 invisibility spells earlier.
Okay.
On Draythar. So, did that roll?
Yeah, it did.
Boop, boop.
As you kind of shout out into the wind, it's almost like the wind carries with it this kind of soft texture that finds its way to Draythar, stabilizing him and giving him 6 health points.
Draythar, get your ass up! I can't do much here!
That wasn't the sweet sound I was thinking of, but that's awesome.
Sweet, sweet.
Get your ass up.
Look, sweet sounds
Your ass up.
are different to everybody.
I love it. Draythar, it's a joyful noise.
Draythar comes back to kind of wipe some of the snow off, and he's like, after this fight, I'm going to kill her.
Wow.
Tika, is there anything else you want to do?
Um,
I don't think there's anything else you can do.
No, I don't think there's anything else I can do. Actually, yeah, she will also yell at the orc, "You've got this!" Giving him some bardic inspiration. "You're a very sexy orc. You can do this. Protect us."
He's a sexy, sexy orc.
Don't make me. I will draw him.
Oh, God. Estia, you're
Don't
up.
threaten me with a good time.
I'm surrounded by hotties. What can I say?
Estia, you're up.
Do I have to do a save to try to remove this blindness?
Estia, as you kind of come to, you're able to kind of rub your eyes and open up and adjust to the darkness once again, and you look up to see this icy creature in front of you, kind of as it has just attacked your big orc spirit friend. And you're good to go.
Awesome. I'm gonna slice it. Get away from my orc!
Never mind, Wraithor on the ground.
Listen. Well, okay, hold on. I had an advantage attack, yes. Excellent, wonderful.
Wait, what? Oh, yes, because you did.
Yeah.
You get advantage. Yes.
Oh,
That's what we're talking about. That'll hit.
Wait, hold on. 6 damage, because I have the +2 for flying into a rage.
Awesome.
+2, 6 damage. Okay, and
You only have 1 attack still?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
Well, you can look at your character sheet. If you only have 1 attack, you only have 1 attack.
I mean, how do you know this? Oh, yeah, just 1.
Okay. So now it's your orc's turn. So go ahead and roll for your orc.
Okay. I'm just going to do a d20. Oh, a crit fail.
Roll one more time
But
because
he
it's 2
has-
attacks.
Okay. Well, can I use the... What did TK give him?
Bardic Inspiration. Bardic Inspiration is not going to help you with a nat 1.
What does that give you? A plus d6 roll or what?
I believe so.
It's a d6 added to whatever you throw. Okay.
Yes.
I definitely want to use it there. Okay. The second attack. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, Orgy Spirit Friend. He's trying, but this kind of creature is just kind of waving itself stiffly in the wind and just not able to connect the same way, is kind of missing with the axe and the spear. Poppy, back to you.
Poppy's gonna send another firebolt after him.
Okay.
Do I still have advantage?
Nope.
Nope. Doesn't hit.
Poppy, you kind of, as the orc is having trouble finding purchase it, you also release this firebolt to have it whiz by its head. Drathar, you're back up.
Drathar's going to get right back up and try to help as best he can and go right back to attacking the guy from the back with both swords. Even though he'll probably be put down right again.
That'll hit.
Nice job.
12 damage with that one, and then he'll attack with his short sword, which is going to miss.
Yeah. So you get in there with that scimitar and slice right across this thing's back, fairly deep, opening another pocket of light from within. You hear almost a hiss this time as it does, as you can see the body recoil. Once again, it's going to try and reach around and swat you away like the fly that you are to it. And it's going to miss terribly. It's going to swing around wildly, going right over your head. And it's going to follow that up, trying its best to hit the orc once again. And that's a plus. That's also a miss. It swings back at the other assailant, missing wildly. Tika. You see this creature shining its light in the air wildly as it swings to hit Drathar or the ethereal orc.
Animal friendship. Just kidding. Tika will go ahead and once again, she'll get a little bit closer as she yells towards Healing word, because she can't touch you. Draethar, you better stay up, you darn half-elf! Did I literally roll zeros? Is that how that works?
No, you
I find that
8.
insulting.
Wait, are you
I find
half-elf?
that
No,
I'm not.
You rolled a 4 and a 1.
Okay.
You get a +3.
You had an 8. So 8 points of healing goes to Draethar through the wind, kind of weaving its way through the air. Draethar, as those words hit you, they are somewhat comforting.
I'm still going to kill her after this fight.
You can't tell if it's her words that are warming you or the rage inside you, but they're all the same. Estia, it's your turn.
All right. Cool. I'm going to try to slice it with my axe. My gosh! This is just not my day.
Your eyes are still just a little blurry as you kind of swing upwards towards the creature, and you unfortunately miss. Poppy.
Hey.
Oh, actually, no. You have your orc friend. Roll for your orc friend, please.
All right. 7 and an 11. Can I use my bardic inspiration on the 11, please?
You don't need to.
Okay, I don't want to then. Just kidding.
So both of these attacks have +6 to hit, which does hit.
Both of them hit?
Times.
Not as bad as I thought. Okay, let's go, Orky.
The first axe attack, it goes for the same spot it hit the first time with the shoulder and does slam down, not quite on the meat, but leaves a huge gash across the chest. Again, you hear a as it does, kind of starts hissing wildly and kind of shaking about as it's kind of reaching its point where you can see it's almost bursting from the amount of gashes and light that you can see. And you hear the orc as he raises his left arm holding a spear straight through the center and up through the lit head of this creature, raises it up into the air and kind of shakes it wildly with one arm as you see the light kind of and as the light fades from the head, you see the hood kind of fall down on top of the tip of the spear, and the light begins to fade away from the inside. And your orc spirit throws the thing to the side, which is basically down in front of you, removes his spear, looks at you, Estia, gives you a nod, and then himself ethereally dissipates and goes back into the stone. And you see the light within the stone fade and pulse slightly in your hand.
Estia's going to look down at the stone and just say, well done, and then put it in her pocket. So maybe I should have told you about the spirit orc.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We'll talk about that later. We should probably try and get everybody together and get the hell out of here. Tika, you need to pay attention.
Here's what I don't understand, and Estia's going to turn and glare at Tika. You wandered off and got us into this mess, and then when we were under attack, you were nowhere to be found.
I said, run. Very loud.
Poppy's gonna walk over to Draethar and touch him and cure wounds. Oops, I did the wrong thing first. Sorry.
Tika, How many things out here do you think we can actually run from?
Is that an actual question?
Yes.
Okay. So I bet maybe the Yeti. Maybe we're faster than a Yeti. I think the wolf thing would probably get us, but I thought it was a will-o'-the-wisp, so it was leading me to a journey that I really should have been on. So I think we could have run away from a wisp.
Tia's gonna walk over to where the robe is of whatever the creature was and kind of poke at it with the butt of her axe and try to figure out what the heck that thing was.
Sure. So give me a survival check.
Ha! There, finally a good roll. You were waiting all night for that.
Yeah, so as you kind of look down at this thing and you see that it basically has no head, and as you further examine kind of the nature of its body, you can see that it is some sort of human. It looks like from, obviously where the head would have been down, it's a person. It's, atomically human. You see a chest, you see legs, you see feet, you see hands, but they're all a dark, frost-bitten kind of look to them. You're amazed that this thing could actually move in this condition. It's cold to the touch, so much so that when your butt of your axe touches this thing, you almost feel a chill run up through your hand.
Would history, if it's something that exists, be a check to figure out what it is, or
It would not be something that you would know what it is at this point.
Okay.
Is there anything else about it that stands out, like jewelry or a pouch or a clothing item or anything?
No, you see there's just kind of tattered clothes. There's a potential kind of spot on the belt where you see kind of like a fish hook kind of out the side. Like maybe this in some former experience was some kind of a fisherman, and as you kind of lean down and examine closer the cavities left in the shoulder and the chest, you see that whatever this creature is hollow inside. You can see bones.
But there would be,
else.
at this point, nothing recognizable to if it was a person before.
No.
Okay.
And obviously it has no head.
We can maybe figure out what that is once we get to some warmth. We have lost enough time. We need to get to East Haven.
I vote you use that rope, tie it to Tika so she can't wander off.
I'm gonna stay
How
invisible
about you
and
tie
keep
a rope
moving.
to Tika?
I don't want to be tied to Tika.
Last, Tika?
I think it's an hour. An hour.
And is it a concentration spell?
Yes.
Okay. You did not roll concentration checks.
Is that a thing?
Casting your other spells.
Oh,
so,
okay.
if you want to stay invisible, I will allow it, but you need to make 2 Constitution saves.
Oh no. Roll.
I don't think that's going to do it. And that's certainly not going to do it. So you're visible. You've been visible since you cast your spell. You don't think you're invisible, but they can see you.
How about we just head back? Sorry, I thought I was shiny.
I don't want to talk about it. Can we go?
Yes.
There's still some remnants of the flying into a rage left in Estia's system right now.
Let's go. I could use with a nice meal and a good drink, and
Me too.
Tika does not need a drink.
What? I
care
healed
who
you.
keeps track of her.
let's
I'm not
stop
responsible.
arguing. Let's stop
I'm not keeping
arguing.
track
We've
of
got
her.
to go. We've got
The last
to go.
time I heal you.
You
Last
hear
time I tried to save you.
in the distance.
Estia's just gonna go. She's not gonna do anything with a rope or with Tika or anything. She's just gonna start heading back the direction of East Haven.
Drazer's just going to get on his axe beak and follow and
Same.
Just keep an eye on her. Not caring about Tika.
Happy birthday to me.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break and say happy birthday to Rit, who has now been shunned by the party for following a shiny.
Following the shiny, then trying to run away and ditch everyone.
That was the
Poppy
part that was
didn't quite
bad.
shun her yet. Poppy didn't quite shun her yet.
Estia stood to fight, and she just ran past her invisible anyways.
No. She ran past invisible, and then you stood to fight. You were behind her at that point. Pod says it all.
It says it all. But yeah, Nightbringer, thank you so much for the follow.
Oh, it stinks.
And happy
This
birthday.
is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey.
Yay! That one's not
birthday
DMCA-able.
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
to Ritlua. Happy birthday to you.
I actually learned about DMCA because of the Happy Birthday song. You apparently can't play it on TV.
You can now. The copyright's up on it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Many restaurants were afraid that they were going to... I know, lovely. And every last bit of him's covered with hair. Yeah, you can now sing it at restaurants and stuff without having to worry about getting sued. So yeah, you can actually happy birthday.
Oh, yay, I didn't know that. But yeah, that's actually kind of funny because that's literally where I learned about DMCA.
You're like, why can't we sing the real birthday song? Because they will charge us a penny every time we do. Who's there to police that? No one and everyone.
I'm trying to remember, like, I forget, it was some TV, like, obviously live something, either a reality TV show or, like, news or something where it got played.
Could you imagine that being your job as, like, a probably some sort of attorney, right? Like some type of copyright attorney, where your job is to go into restaurants and say, "It's my birthday, will you sing to me?" And like wait for them to sing to you, to sue them for like however many cents you can get on the dollar. What kind of horrible existence is this?
I hope that never actually happened.
You know that it did.
Oh yeah, well I mean, they do the same thing with ADA, which to an extent I appreciate because places should be ADA compliant and stuff.
Sure.
But I know that a lot of places, like there are people who like that's what they do. They go out to places and they find ADA lack of compliance and they just sue for a lot of money. They're not there to get a place ADA safe. They're there just to sue.
Yep.
Which is so crazy.
Hey, it's your job to be compliant. It's their job to make sure you're compliant.
Oh no, I'm talking about like the people who just do it to get the money.
Oh, yeah. You mean like the reason that you have to have coffee is hot on the cup?
Okay, that one is legit. That one's... They were making it too hot. They were legitimately making it too hot. If you look into the story, that one's legit. It's legit. All she sued for was... No, don't look at me. That one's legit. Look into it. Just look into it.
The absurdity of suing someone over spilling hot coffee and saying it's hot.
She got 3rd-degree burns. 3rd degree. Their machines weren't right. They were too hot. They shouldn't have been that hot. They actually had to change like the way they set it up and actually have the machines a little different and stuff. There was more behind it.
I mean, fine.
The story itself on the whole sounds stupid, but like the reason and how it actually played out was not bad. Like the fact that they had to do the whole it's hot kind of thing is kind of silly, but like the actual like reasoning behind it and the fact that all she really wanted was to make sure it didn't happen to anybody else.
Well, that's
nice.
fire. That's fair. That's much better. I shouldn't be surprised that it was made out to be differently than it actually was.
Yes, that's one of those ones where it's like the prime example, and you're like, "Oh my god, that's dumb," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's dumb," but it is one where if you look a little bit more into it, you realize like McDonald's was at fault for having machines that weren't quite set up correctly.
Fair.
Like nobody needs a hot coffee so hot that it's going to give you 3rd-degree burns.
That's true. I would not like my coffee that hot.
Yeah, so like it's one of those funny
Starbucks.
things. Starbucks is never hot enough, and then you tell them to go extra hot, and then
Really?
yeah.
Man, your California Starbucks must be chicken. Starbucks out here, that thing hot.
Really?
You get coffee, it is hot.
Yep, same.
Then again, I haven't really.
Caribou is way better. Caribou is way better.
What is that?
Caribou coffee?
It's a regional coffee place.
Oh, I'm
coffee
sure
house.
there's plenty of things better than Starbucks. But the problem is, I don't like your general coffee shop stuff. Like because I mean, I like a sweet drink.
Okay.
So usually, like,
Oh,
actually,
sugar.
when I was in Paris and London was the worst experience in the world because they just have such plain, boring coffee, and I don't like plain, boring coffee. And like milk in coffee is like the worst thing in the world to me. I hate it. And so, or cream in coffee. It's just for what it's like. I don't like flavored water.
Okay.
Because it's like it's just an off flavor. Like it's
As I'm
off
drinking
water.
Flavored water.
I wish I did because it's healthy. But things that are just like milk and coffee just makes it an off coffee flavor, like a dulled down flavor, and I don't like it.
Well, yeah, in Europe, I can concur.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was hard because I drink coffee every morning. So when I was in Europe, trying to find any coffee was a struggle. I had to just suck it up and put it down my throat.
I went to Turkey, and Turkish coffee was so strong.
Really?
But what I didn't know is that they have all the grounds at the bottom of the cup.
Oh
So
no!
you cannot just like chug the bottom of it because you will get a mouthful of coffee grounds.
Ugh.
So they do like a French press style, except they don't filter out the grounds.
Apparently.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, depending on what, like, so that's more consistent if you're making like a pressed cup of coffee to actually get some grounds, because you'll get some grounds in pressed coffee because it's not, it's not 100% in the trap or whatever. So I could see, depending on their method, you having some grounds at the bottom, but you don't typically have enough to where you're like,
it's a lot.
Grounds.
Interesting.
You're supposed to sip it really slow because it's so strong.
Oh.
And you're not supposed to you're not supposed to take gulps of it. You're supposed to just sip it. They're very small cups of coffee.
So
it's
more like
almost
an espresso.
More,
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I wish I liked different coffee. I mean, honestly, I'm not even liking my own cup of coffee in the morning, but I can't start the day without coffee.
I understand.
I started to make whipped coffee, which is really good.
Whipped coffee?
Doesn't that have heavy
I have
cream,
the big
though?
like KitchenAid. No. I have a big KitchenAid. It does have a lot of milk in it, at least the way I make it
Oh,
though.
yeah.
But you're actually whipping the coffee, not whatever the base of your coffee is. So
Is that the thing that was viral?
So do you have to
probably.
brew coffee
okay.
and then you whip it?
So I don't actually have a coffee maker.
Okay.
Long story. So I take instant coffee. You'll take about a tablespoon of instant coffee, a tablespoon of sugar, and like 2 tablespoons of hot water. And you put it in like the KitchenAid mixer on high, and you whip it for like a good 2 minutes. And then in your cup, you'll put like, I do ice, and I do almond milk, and I do creamer.
Okay.
And then you have like a foam coffee that you scoop and put it on top.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Mix
I
it
think you
together,
actually
so
have
it
to
makes
use
it nice
instant.
and like frothy.
Interesting.
People have said it's really good. It's
But
like
I
it was
like
going
it
viral.
because I don't like instant coffee if it doesn't dissolve all the way. But I also don't like, I like cold coffee better. So this way I can get cold coffee and still have the instant coffee all the way like dissolved.
Interesting.
See, I'm also weird. I like Folgers.
I think that's what I'm using.
Like if I'm gonna go,
Super basic.
if I'm gonna go plain coffee, just give me that Folgers crap.
The best part of waking up.
But I think it's because of camping. Because I feel like that's something as a kid, like, or not as a kid, but younger, where that was the only thing we had camping was Folgers. And so, like, I have, like, a memory with it. Even, and I know it's disgusting, but I have a memory with it. So I
understand.
it's what we had, when we went to the cabin.
Everyone has their acceptable kind of low bar. I get it. Like at work, we had Green Mountain and Maxwell House.
Green Mountain's not bad.
And like, for the snob of coffee that I have become, Green Mountain was like my bare minimum. Because the Maxwell House was just a tier too low. And then when I saw people actively pursuing the Maxwell House, I was like, but why?
Sometimes you just really want a bad cup of coffee.
The Green Mountain was there.
So you need to tell me what's the best kind of instant coffee, because I want to try. I'll try it.
I will not make instant coffee. I refuse. If you're gonna do like an instant thing, I would do a Keurig, because Keurig coffee is actually okay. But if I was in your situation, where it's like I don't necessarily want to have a coffee maker, I would do a press. I would do I'd do a $15 or $10 French press and just make coffee. Because the thing I love about a press, at least when the way that I do it, is I always make enough for a full press, and it's like 2.5 like big cups of coffee, like not like cups, but like big cups of coffee.
Oh, you guys are making me want coffee now.
And that way I get my morning hot coffee, and then I get like a late morning kind of fill up that might either be warm, or I can just chuck it over ice at that point, and it's not going to instantly melt the ice, and I can have an iced coffee.
So you put the little French press in the fridge, and you have cold coffee the next morning.
Yes. See, look, pro skills. But
I think I know what I'm going to ask for Mother's Day.
There you go. But
I want coffee now.
If you roll dice, then you get D&D now. So we're going to go back to D&D because everyone is here, and we are not here to talk about coffee.
What?
Oh, I know. I want it so much.
I know. But again, also, hi Gage. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
And
hi, Gage.
And good night to Breck, even though he was gone a while ago. Good night, Breck. And Nightbringer, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, friend of me.
Where's Gage?
Gage is there.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, your name's. Oh,
it's purple, just like magic.
It messed me up.
Well, at least on my screen, it's purple.
Yeah, it is purple.
Yeah.
I'm just glad Drathar finally found something to be in common with Ezio.
Dislike of Tika? Thanks, guys.
That wasn't that, but we definitely got that in common right now.
So
wait, what else?
Well, like I said, Poppy isn't pissed yet, so.
Yep. Yeah. So that said, back to the party. You make your way back on to the Eastway and travel through the dark and the cold. Did you take the thing with you or not?
Is it in a bag right now? Didn't Drathar turn it into like a bag?
I think he means the thing we killed.
The thing you killed.
The rope, or the robe.
Sorry, I was still thinking about the cauldron.
Oh, you still have the cauldron.
I was not planning to bring the thing.
Drathar had talked about tying it up and tying it to Tika. In jest, of course, but Drathar also has a mind to do some of those things.
Drathar would have tied it up in his skin that he still has in his bag.
I mean, it's a 6-foot-tall humanoid creature.
What?
He would tie it as best he can around it, just so he doesn't have to touch it.
Why would you bring that with him?
So we can figure out what the heck it is.
But why?
A, we can find out what it is. 2, it might have a bounty. We can make some money.
That's fine.
3, we might know someone we might find someone that knows how to kill it easier, because that was definitely a chore.
All right. Just keep it away from me.
Oh, don't worry. Drathar's staying away from you, so that's solved.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
I'm going to use animal friendship on your... Continue?
You see dimly lit lights of houses on the horizon. East Haven is coming into focus. After a short while longer, you make your way to the edge of town.
Right there is going to take a look around town, see if anything looks different or out of place, just to make sure that nothing's wrong.
I'm gonna have you give me an insight check on that one.
We should get to the inn.
16.
Ooh.
You sense a stillness, but nothing off.
About what time is it now?
It is a little after midnight.
I don't remember. Are there stables here, or did we just get the axe beaks? Like
We had
got
them at
the axe
Bardabin's.
beaks
We had-
from
yeah.
here.
We kept them at Bardabin's with us.
I
Yeah.
don't think.
Yeah, he had like a stable area
I
behind
think we
us.
just got them when we were leaving. We never had the axe beaks here, right?
You were
Like,
able
we
to
never
tie
took
them up
care
to
of
a
the axe
post
beaks
outside
here.
of the tavern.
Yeah.
You would
Okay.
if you wanted to tie them, you would be tying them up basically to wherever you are. They gathered them from near the town hall, and you were able to secure them near the inn.
Okay.
Tika's gonna head straight towards the inn.
I don't know. I think Estia would worry about Sanders a little bit. Oh,
Yeah, she's
leave him
not-
out in
she's
the
go- she-
snow.
She's gonna get to the city and start taking the lead. She knows where to go from here and just kind of like, yeah, mead. We need mead.
And she's gonna roll her eyes.
Should we go to Bardabin's Tavern first, or should we go see the speaker? It is late.
I think speaker first thing in the morning. I don't think she would want to be disturbed at this hour.
I agree.
I'm worried about the axe beaks out here in the cold, though. Is there somewhere that we can lodge them?
Maybe Bardaman knows.
He might be asleep too. Oh, fine.
There's a tavern.
Yeah, midnight's not that late for a tavern.
Also,
True.
the axe beaks are kind of made for this weather, so put a blanket on them. I'm sure they'd be fine.
All right, to the tavern. Let's go.
Tika will already have made it there and starts to tie up the axe beak back where it was before.
Well, you guys have fun at Bardabin's. I'm gonna go visit the other tavern. I'm a little annoyed with Tika right now, and I don't feel like being there.
Don't dish her out. Dump her on us. I am not looking out for her.
Sadly, you sleep in the same room as her.
I'll pay for my own room.
You can take my spot with Poppy.
That's fair.
Tika, not hearing any of this, has decided to open the front door of the tavern and head inside.
Poppy looks at
Take care of
Drake.
yourself, and we can catch up with you for breakfast and to go see the speaker.
Sure thing.
Poppy looks at Drathar. Do you want me to come with you?
I'm fine. You can stay with them. I'm just
Okay.
gonna... I'll just do a little mingling and get some rest myself. I'll see you all in the morning.
Good night.
Good night.
Teak, as you enter the tavern, or the White Lady Inn, should we say, you enter
Thank you.
the
It's
inn.
a fine establishment, not just a tavern. Wow.
There is a small amount of live music being played. There are a number of patrons still awake. And you see a familiar face behind the bar.
Bardaman!
Bardaman? Oh, no,
Not
Jets, it's
Bardaman!
me. Bardaman's asleep. I'm here to keep you warm.
Ronaldo!
Oh.
Of course,
oh,
it is
well.
I, Ronaldo.
Barty. Oh, okay. You
Looking
just
for
let...
someone to keep you warm tonight?
No.
A while since I've seen you.
Yeah, no, we've been a little busy. So I'm gonna. Is there an empty room that I will go to alone?
Well, you could always come to my room.
No. An empty room.
All right. Yeah, sure. First floor. Remember the room that we met that old white lady ghost? Across the hall.
Okay,
Should be
good.
open.
Okay. Can I and some mead? Ale? Drink?
Oh, you want... of course. You don't want Ronaldo, but you want Ronaldo's ale. I understand.
Can Esty and Poppy walk in right now?
Sure.
She's gonna see Ronaldo and Rit having, or Tika having this conversation, and she's just gonna pat Ronaldo on the back and say, "She's all yours," and then she's gonna walk over to the bar.
Well, no, I don't think that's really what you want. Okay, I don't think that's what she wants. She just wants a drink. Here you go.
Thank you. Bye.
But you know, if you get lonely,
she's gonna run.
Damn it.
For the room. Because she knows she's got the mead, ale, whatever it is, and she needs to get away from those guys to drink it.
Just right through the fingers. Alright, what can I do for you two? Anyone looking for a warm room to stay the evening?
Esty is still in a very foul mood, so she's gonna look at Ronaldo if he's pushing the issue. She's just gonna look at him with this very like
free room upstairs.
Kind of the teacher look, the teacher glare.
Free room upstairs. I'm pretty sure where you stayed last time is still available. You want to head there?
I'll tell you what you can do for me, Ronaldo. If you really want to know, you can just stay far away from me because I just am in no mood to deal with your antics.
Okay. Wow. You talk about the cold shoulder. Head up room.
As Poppy's gonna look at Ronaldo and say, "It's been a long day. I'm gonna head up to the room. I'm gonna head up with Estia.
Sure,
we'll see you in the morning."
Have a good
no,
evening.
Estia went to sit at the bar actually.
Oh.
Why are you here? You're supposed to be up there. I can't stay away from you. I'm manning the bar for Bardabin.
Well, where is Bardabin?
He's sleeping. You know, he does that sometimes.
Do you have anything to eat?
Sure. I can see if there's anything left from earlier. You gonna hit me?
Are you gonna get me something to eat?
Maybe.
Well, that would help me to not hit you.
All right, I'll go check it out. He's just gonna move very slowly around the bar, kind of try and stay out of whatever little reach you have, and he's gonna scurry back to the kitchen. He's gonna come back with some bread, some vegetables, and a small piece of salted meat. Sorry, until Rita gets in, this is the best I can do. He's just gonna kind of like give it to you at arm's length.
Estia will kind of smirk, say, "Well, thank you, Ronaldo."
You're very welcome. Please don't hit me.
I'll make sure she doesn't hit you.
Wait, you're still here? I thought you were going up to your room.
No, I heard. I'll make sure she doesn't hit you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I feel a little
stay
bit
away
better.
from her.
No problem there. Can I get you anything?
Do you have some tea?
Sure. I'll go and put on a hot pot of water in the back for you.
Okay. 2 cups of tea, one for me and one for her.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Ronaldo.
You're welcome. See, at least she's nice. He scurries real quick.
Estia just kind of crosses her arms and leans on the top of the bar counter and just like eats her food.
May I have a little piece? May I have a little piece of your bread, Estia?
Sure. She's gonna break it in half and hand half of it to Poppy. I'm not upset with you.
Oh, I know. I know. I get it.
As you sit there at the bar waiting for the tea to return to you, Drathar, you make your way over. You make your way over to the wet trout. As you approach, you hear a bit of a different tone to this establishment. It's crowded. Dare I say, a bit rowdy.
Drathar is gonna head on in and look around and see what's going on.
See people, fishermen, fisherwomen, sitting around tables, drinking, playing cards. Much like the scene you've seen before, though the more run-the-mill bunch. Everyone's looking a little rough and tumble, not necessarily overly concerned with being presentable. Everyone's just kind of hanging out. Occasional elbow and a fight breaking out here and there.
Drathar is going to go up to the bar and see who's running it.
It's a new face. It's a younger looking lady. Seems like she's got a bit of an attitude. But overall, fairly nice looking. Dark hair. She's handing out drinks to people across the bar.
Drathar's just going to kind of wait till she looks like she's paying attention, and then he's just going to say, how much for whatever you recommend and a place that I can crash for the evening till daylight?
For you, say 3 coppers for an ale and another 3 for a room.
Deal.
Look, it's going to be a bit drafty, but it's better than nothing.
It's fine with me.
What do I call you, love?
I'm Drathar.
Well, please do take your money, Drathar. Drink this, hope you don't get sick, and room will be the 3rd door on your left.
Thank you. With that, Drathar will kind of take the drink. He'll drink a little bit while he's up there, and then he'll just head and look for a place to sit down in the main room and kind of just watch the going on and try to listen in on any possible rumors that people might be talking about. Just see if they're saying anything interesting.
Sure. Yeah, you find a kind of a place against one of the kind of the more interior walls. That's a little 2-seater table that has no one there. As you kind of take a listen around the room, for anyone kind of talking about rumors, you hear similar things that you've already kind of heard around, right? You hear of kind of these invisible footsteps that people see scurrying about here and there, rumors from different towns. You hear a number of things about Auriel the Frostmaiden, whereabouts she's flying here and there, different sacrifices made around different areas. Nothing super enticing at this point, other than the death of one speaker of Targos. Some people are sneering as they are kind of taking joy in his death.
Drathor will kind of let a little smirk cross his face as well. And he'll sit there and he will drink his drink and just kind of continue watching everything. Wait until see if the place kind of dies down at all.
It's unusual for the wet trout to kind of die down early, especially given the fact that night is always an occurrence. You see more people kind of come in as some go and sit down and, continue to drink. You do hear a couple more rumors as one sits in. You hear about what happened in Targos? That ain't nothing compared to what happened in Goodmead. Apparently that townspeaker was killed too. Say it was a giant 9 foot tall. Stole some honey mead. Killed the townspeaker. Bet they'd be willing to tidy some to get that bastard. You won't catch me doing it though. I don't want no quarrel with no giants. Guy across from him. Yeah. Well, that's nothing. In Lonely Wood, there's a big old white moose appearance being attacking people. Even the best hunters can't seem to catch the damn thing. I mean, I'd go, but, I gotta fish. Also, I don't want to get impaled by no damn moose. You ever seen how big a moose is? It's supposed to be a giant moose. I can't even imagine how big the damn thing is. Giant could probably ride the fucker. Night goes on. You don't really hear anything else of interest.
Then after a while, Drathar would just kind of head back up to the bar. He'd put his mug down. And is the same girl still there, or did the other tavern guy come back? Drathar would just walk up to her and he'd just kind of smirk and smile at her.
No, so, wait, you answer all. What can I do for you, dearie?
Well, you said in my room. Sorry about the dog. You said my room would be a little drafty, so how about some company?
Oh. Well, quite forward, ain't you? Listen, I get off in my shift in a couple hours. I might pop in for an extra blanket or two.
Sounds like a plan to me. You know where I'll be.
All right. See you in a bit.
With that, Drathar will go up to his room.
Well, there is no top floor to the wet trout. It is just a ranch.
And he'll just go to his room.
Building. But yes, you walk down the hall and find your room, and in a few hours you are met with a fair maiden, and there is some woo-hooing that occurs. And we will leave it there for tonight. Drathar seeking a little company. Estia seeking a little tea, along with Poppy. Tika just wants a damn drink. And we'll figure out
wants a drink.
What happens next time on Rime of the Frostmaiden. Please, if you are catching this on the YouTubes, please make sure you're hitting the thumbs up if you had a good time. Hit the subscribe button for more and the notification icon for more when streams and videos go live. Love your faces, everybody. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that is it for the recording, but we are still here live on the Twitches and the YouTubes.
Oh.
Loving your faces as we do.
Always.
Always. And we're going to find somebody to raid, but while we do, that was fun.
Drathar.
Yeah.
As the party falls apart.
As the party falls apart.
I didn't know Drathar had it in him.
Well, he's finally letting something talk to him that he tries to ignore.
Women?
No,
Options?
it involves his race.
What is he again?
He's a special kind of wood elf.
Oh, okay.
A
Interesting.
slutty wood elf?
Not a half elf.
Tika's not very smart, okay?
I just got it. Okay, listen.
Wood elf?
yes. Exactly.
Wow. Wow. The wood elf. Oh,
No.
oh boy.
Oh boy, well, Tika got a room to herself and not complaining. You know, on the other side of the crazy lady room, but all hers.
Damn it, magic. I just thought.
What, the tweet reply?
Oh, the prudence. Oh. That's so wrong.
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say? I'm gonna find this now.
It's not
I was
Runa. It
waiting,
wasn't
but-
a dwarf.
Prudence. Oh god, slam dunk.
It's so good.
So bad.
I'd like it more than once if I could. Oh, it's so good. All right. All right. Well,
Sorry, that was
jump out
my
of it.
last jab at Prudence. Maybe.
my
Maybe.
goodness. Maybe the last one.
I
She's
historically
dead.
dislike her.
She's straight up dead. Oh, I love it.
All we
Straight
have to
down
do-
dead.
All we have to do is one of us has to die, become a necromancer with our next character, and bring her back. And we'd have
God.
Prudence back every
Straight
night.
down dead. Get it? Get it? Straight down. Because you fell out the window.
All right. Well, we are not live, but I'm going to pass you off to him anyway. We're going to go say what's up to Mr. Robert. He's currently, as he always is, has his channel live with amazing D&D goodness, and it's also Rime of the Frostmaiden theme, so you guys can go over there, check that out, and love his content. He's a wonderful human with a wonderful DM. Well, he's a wonderful human, a wonderful DM, and it's always a fun time over yonder. So, we're going to go say what's up to Robert, and I will catch you all on Wednesday. Magic, when are you next streaming?
Hopefully tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Apparently, we are still going to have some Pathfinder tomorrow night, so make sure you are on Geigen Von Huber's channel tomorrow night. I will be there as well. Mimi, we would see you, on Thursday? For your for the campaign you're in?
Yep.
Fantastic. And Rit, when will we next see you? Next Monday?
Yes, next Monday.
Next Monday. And may the 4th be with you all. You were born on Star Wars Day.
I know.
That's
Yes.
epic.
That's awesome.
So freaking good. Just like us
Is that
going
why
Fourth
you're
was
out of
not
this
with
world?
her. But sadly, the 4th was not with her.
It was not with me.
Not tonight, it wasn't. But we'll find out later what was. Love your faces, everybody. We'll catch you next time. Good night.
Good night.
Boy.
I love that little subtle hint that something might be in the room with her now.
Huh? Huh? No,
Or
no, no.
someone.
No, 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 no.
Ronaldo, you scoundrel.